never ends. The fighter in you brings out the fighter in me. Shake it off and take your corner, time for shout out.
Welcome back, fight friends, to another episode of the Shout Out Podcast. We're going to South Alberta today. A couple big events. I'm sure a couple big stories coming up. Talking to Jamie Droeske, Jamie the Heart Droeske from SACA down in Medicine Hat. Jamie, how are you today?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm good. It's Friday. Couldn't be better.
And it's so nice out.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So I know we've been kind of going back and forth over the last little bit. I know you got a big event coming up here. Let's talk about that real quick while it's fresh and everyone's got their ears on to this. Fists of Fury. So that is your big fight card coming up and in April. It's one of my favorite fight cards to go to. I love the drive. I like the venue. I just like being there. Tell us about your event coming up and maybe some key matchups if you can.
So we've got our event is April 25th at in Medicine Hat here, and it's the 21st one.
Whoa.
If you can believe it.
Nice.
21
That's
years.
Crazy.
So yeah, and I'm trying to match up our fighters first, and we have like 9 of them. And so, you know, I don't know if you've ever had to do matchups, make matchups.
No, but been around the game long enough.
Yeah. It's like, just because you want these specific ones, like everything has to match the age, the weight, the experience. Like
in saying that, I'm sorry I didn't help. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. You might not have what I'm looking for.
Sure. And of course, and if it's your promotion, I mean, of course you want your fighters to get the opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. And because it's only once a year here in Medicine Hat. Like there's no other fight cards that come to Medicine Hat.
That's crazy. Oh.
Yeah, so
audio with you.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Oh, it's because you got me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there used to be one fight card that used to come to town, an MMA event. I don't even remember what it's called, but the fights were like first round finishes.
Sure.
Like every single fight. And so then, you know, kind of the quality isn't quite there.
Yeah.
And they're just grabbing people off the street. So yeah.
Well, and as a fight fan for me, like, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just an old man and it's how it goes, but I'm looking for even fights. Like, I don't, at the end of, I mean, of course, if it's my guy, I want them to win, but at the end of the day, if it's not, I don't really care. Let's just see a good fight.
Yeah, exactly. And the ones that go 3 rounds are usually pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you have an early knockouts, you don't really get to see the fight. You can't tell how good someone is. And they're exciting here and there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Nice. How many, and we'll get into it, but how many of these fights, so 21 now you've done down there, how many have you fought on? Do you know?
Oh gosh. Probably there's 21, so probably 15.
Seriously?
Is my guess. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I started right around the beginning of the start of Fists of Fury, and I tried, like, I fought in a weight class that, like, there was never anybody to fight. Like, I would have fought once every 6 months if I could have. That would have been the dream. But if I got one a year, I was lucky.
Sure. Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. But I was in a higher weight class, and so I was fighting at 150 to 155, and everybody else was like 140, 145, and 130, 135. I tried one time to get down to the 145, and I promised myself I would never do that to my body again. Yeah. Because it wasn't healthy.
Well, and now you're on the other side of fighting. You just realize it's not worth it either.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. And it can be dangerous, you know?
Yeah. Like, as we see time and time again, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's so frustrating seeing all the, you know, like, even in the big shows, the pro shows, like, why not have more weight classes? You know, like, why not?
Now, you know what's funny is you just kicked a hornet's nest with that comment. But listen, I'm going to die on that hill with you. They need more weight classes, especially in MMA. There's not enough. Like, 15, 10, 20 pounds apart. Like that was
Yeah.
cool in 1996 when nobody was really doing it.
Yeah, when they weren't matching weights.
Right. Or that, you could easily just pick from a handful of people, but
Yeah.
now it's so mainstream. Like, oh, then
Yeah.
you have multiple divisions with multiple champions. Well, first of all, we have that now.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I'm on it. I was going to bring this up in a previous podcast or another one.
Well,
You can solve that rule. If you want to jump to a different weight class, you have to give up your belt if you care, if that's how you want to do
yeah.
it. But
Yeah, for sure.
I am totally with you on that.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
There's two
Like,
things I'll die on the hill. That one there and pineapple
Yeah.
belongs on pizza.
well, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'll be on that hill with you too.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Nice. So what now, were you always part of promoting Fists of Fury? Like I know Shane Morgan, shout out to him, has been such a big part. And I'm sure an influence on your life, which we'll get to. But so then at what point were you, I don't know if taking over or it wasn't just overnight. I'm sure you worked into it, but
Yeah.
at what point did this become your show?
So I took over the gym in 2017, 2018. And then I took over Fist of Fury the following year.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so he ran Fist of Fury for one more full year, and then of when I owned SACA, and then then I took it all over.
Yeah, okay. And so was keeping the fight card going not part of the deal between you guys, but something that you definitely wanted to keep going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, because it was a great event.
That's great.
And the local athletes, like, otherwise you're always traveling, and it's fun. It's like to see where he had it start to where it is now. Like he built the base of Fist of Fury, and it hasn't changed much since I took over.
Right.
And so, like all the ideas and all the setup and stuff is his. And we actually, because it's a smaller city, we had the sound people. He was going to sell his business. And I'm like, no, it was sound and like lights and the smoke and everything else. Right? I'm like, how on earth am I going to find and explain to somebody brand new what to do with this?
They do a great job.
Yeah, big time. I rely on them to know what to do.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
So are they done?
Or what done?
That company then?
Okay, so the guy is keeping a share in it. He's going to run a certain part of the business.
All right.
Which is the good part.
Happens to be around April-ish.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it'll be good. He's going to stick with it and help me and I guess teach the next generation what we do.
Beauty, cool. What's harder, running a fight promotion or running a gym?
So here's one thing that I struggle with. And so being a female in a male-dominated sport, I hold the bar really high for myself, and I feel like I need to prove that my gym is worthy and has great athletes.
I understand.
And so emotionally, the gym is harder because I got you. I go through a lot of emotions that way.
Well, listen, I mean, if I'm being brutally honest, I can't speak for outside of Alberta, but I'm pretty sure I can speak for inside of Alberta that you have well earned that respect a long time ago. I mean,
well, thank you.
And anybody who doesn't listen, I'm just going to say it. I mean, if you don't feel that way, and you're from Alberta, you're either a newbie or you're an asshole.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. Well, listen, I can only speak for me, ma'am. You have all my respect. I've seen you fight. I see you run a gym. I love the promotion. Check. Those are all the things I love.
I appreciate that.
Awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet. But I also understand. I really do. Like, and I do hear that even from some of my female martial arts instructors, even karate instructors. I really do understand.
Yeah. It's almost like you feel like you need to prove that you belong with the rest of them.
Yeah, I get it.
You know,
I do.
And you take I take full responsibility for the results of my fighters too.
Sure.
And maybe I shouldn't,
Right.
because like I know what it's like to be in the ring. I don't have a fantastic record, and I know what stopped me.
Mhm.
Like the mental part of the game, that's not really something you can teach.
Yeah.
Your mind decides when it gets in that ring, like, don't throw too much, you're going to gas out.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And before you know it, the rounds are over and you've lost to a split decision or
Yeah.
whatever. And that's all in the mind. Like,
Yes.
it's wild.
Yeah, and it's my opinion that and I'm sure others maybe not, but that when that mental hurdle, mental speed bump isn't there, in my opinion, you got whoever you're coaching, you got lucky.
Yeah.
If you can go, I don't have to worry about that. We can just worry about winning. That's one thing. But in my opinion, it's if that mental block is there, not that you can't get past it, but we're going to probably have several fights to get through it before we think about winning.
Right. That's
You know,
fair.
that's how I see it. It can be
Yeah.
worked with. I can't be beat. I agree. Like,
Yeah.
and I've said it on the podcast lots, the it thing. Some people just have it, and I didn't have it. I'm not saying I'm not tough, but the it
Same
thing.
here. Same here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear
And
you.
I loved it, and I fought to the end, and I've never been finished. And but my record doesn't reflect the work I put in.
Damn right. And I know it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so what is it, and I know who you fought, but what is your record? Do you recall?
So I try and keep it in my brain.
Yeah.
But and it's a little disheartening for me to talk about my record. I'm 4-12.
Okay.
And then I did about 7 smokers.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, don't let numbers bother you. I know who you fought. If somebody's 40, if someone's 40-0, my first question is, who'd you fight?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And same, if you're, listen, I'm not calling anybody out, but Gavin Legg from Sherwood Park, he was 0-8 before he got his first win. But I also know he fought he fought last weekend even, and that was a hell of a fight. Like, again, who you fighting? That means way more than a couple silly numbers.
Right. And that was one thing. I never turned down a fight.
Yeah.
I even fought Kelsey Andrews twice, and she was freaking tough. She was probably
IFMA gold, no?
What's that?
Didn't she win gold medal at the IFMAs?
Oh yeah. She's amazing.
Right.
She's amazing. But I've never been hit so hard in my life. And I took another fight with her.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like, okay, we'll do Muay Thai and you can throw me around all you want. Let's try kickboxing.
Sure.
And yeah, she was fantastic. She was really good.
Well, and not just that, but you fought, and let's get into it then. Let's get into the weeds here. You fought quite a few very, very good fighters. Who else? Who else was out there that you fought?
Hillary Herman.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to say her name, but I forgot her last name. I didn't want to sound like an idiot.
Yeah, she was another one.
Yeah.
She was the second one that I was like, holy mother, I need to survive this fight.
Right.
And I thought for sure that twice she broke my arm and I had to take a knee. And I finished the fight. I kept pushing through. You know, you make adjustments. And then another one, Peggy Gallagher. Do you remember her?
I do. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Miles.
Yes.
So there was one fight in Red Deer and she beat the ever loving crap out of my leg. Like that's another one that I was like, I just need to survive. Like,
yeah,
it didn't get stopped. So I survived well, I guess.
Sure.
But yeah, her leg kicks, I did beat her eventually in a smoker, granted, but she was another real tough one. And
nice.
And I'll tell you this story, and she might not know this, but when I first saw her, I'm like, I have no problem here, because she had her hands in her pockets. She was looking down, like she just looked really shy and meek. And then I'm like, holy shit. So now I tell all my fighters, do not judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Just because you see somebody smashing pads in the back doesn't mean that they're going to smash you when they get punched in the face.
Right.
You know, like, so yeah, never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. Good call. So what? But I guess I usually start at the beginning and then we kind of work our way to current. But forget that. We're gonna do things backwards today.
Yeah.
What are you looking for in fighting? Like, what are you
Now,
getting out of it? What do you get out of fighting?
well, now I it's just making having an impact on people's lives.
Mhm.
That's huge for me, especially with kids
Yeah.
and young kids, and that fuels my fire for sure.
Cool.
And having a place, like, we do have a lot of students too who, go down the wrong road, who are adults,
Sure.
and they realize it, and they find a community in our gym, and it was something that they've been looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe not the fighting part, but the community.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Coming out of COVID, I was a little lost with where I wanted the direction of my gym to go. Like,
Mhm.
and listen, I know we all got crazy during COVID, but like, and what I eventually, which I have landed on, is I like having champions. I like having fighters, but nothing means more to me than the community of the gym.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
Seeing some of those, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Seeing some of those nerdy kids who don't look forward to going to school, have a
Mhm.
place where you are still uncoordinated, overweight, and slacking, but you're with people who love you, support you, and
Yeah,
want to see you do better.
and nobody cares.
Right. Because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
slobbering, complaining about the push-ups over there too, right?
Oh, yeah,
We're all
100%.
struggling
And so
together,
are
man.
we.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
I get. I mean, we you spend a lifetime as a coach giving and giving and giving, and
Mhm.
I guess that's a selfish way of me saying I'm still giving, but really, I get a lot out of it. Like I do it
Oh,
for me.
yeah,
The satisfaction I get out of seeing that is what I
yeah.
want.
Yeah, exactly. And hearing, a parent come to you and say, "Hey, my autistic ADHD child has this newfound confidence that we've been searching for."
Hmm. Yeah.
And to know that you have a part in that is there's nothing like it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, I
Yeah.
definitely hear that.
Mhm.
Now what about from the other side? Before we talk about students, what about you in fighting? What kept you going? Why take these hard fights? Why and doing it again, rematching the same fight?
Yeah.
What are you searching for out of this? What are you trying to get out of this whole
So
fighting business?
I just wanted to fight. I just wanted to fight. I enjoyed every part of it. Like
Huh.
the build up, the you almost become a local celebrity too.
Sure, I can see that.
When you fight every year in your hometown, you get a following, and that's a pretty cool feeling.
Hmm.
And I just kept getting hungrier and hungrier. It's like, I just want to win. I just want to win. Like, I'll keep fighting. Like, bring them on. But
Sure,
it was so frustrating when there
sure.
was just nobody.
So straight up the win, like you want winning. You want to
Yeah,
win a slobber knocker.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Love
I
it.
want my hand raised.
Yeah.
Like, that's an amazing feeling. And so in 2023, I decided that I'm gonna do this. I was thinking about it, and then I had a fighter submission of a girl who was also 40, who had a little bit of experience, enough to fight somebody with experience, and same weight class. I'm like, oh, well. And we set it up, and I can't even explain
I
that
was there
night.
for that. I was there.
Were you there?
You bet I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. It was that was something else.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you knew that was your last one, right? Uh-oh.
My body says yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
My mind would keep going.
yeah, yeah, for
For
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but were you convinced like this is the last one? Like,
Yeah.
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 So what was it like warming up, getting ready, and like walking out and like, because it's different. Like it's different when you know it's your last one. Were you
Yeah.
soaking it all in, or was it just
Oh,
another?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Normally I would walk in and, be focused and in the zone, and like, this is it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But this time it was like, look at all these people. Like, look at all these people cheering for me. like they have been here from the beginning through all my losses, and they're still here to support me.
Yeah.
You know, and that just I soaked it up. I totally soaked it up.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
For sure.
And you're allowed. I know we're like pretend to supposed to like, no, I don't think about that, but
Yeah.
you earned it. You earned it. Soak it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
For
Yeah, I
sure.
like that. I still want to dig a little deeper into this, but what is it about fighting and winning? Where does that come from? Like I see you do like Sensi and candles and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So,
That to me seems a little bit opposite of like I'm here to win.
to smash your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I grew up racing BMX.
Okay.
So my parents ran the local club here in Medicine Hat, and my brother and I were both racers, and I did very well in
No
BMX.
way.
And so that competition, like you leave a sport, like my parents, they retired from it all, and you just kind of life, right? I
Yep.
became a teenager and then a young adult, and then you have this little hiatus that, like, well, I've never done volleyball, I've never done badminton or basketball or anything like that. You can't just jump into those when, you know, you've got these teams full of experience,
Right.
and there you are, like, hey,
Yeah.
you know.
Kind of sounds like the job market.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so I was dating somebody who helped down at SACA, and got involved there and really wanted to get involved more. And because I have this thing with kids and bullying, like I'm really passionate about it. And it's like, there's an avenue for me to make a difference in people's lives. Plus there might be a little competition if maybe I want to compete there.
Right.
And so the way things went is I stayed and he left, and
Right.
and there was a breakup and blah blah blah. But yeah, it was fantastic. Coach Shane took me under his wing, and he believed in me. Like, I can't imagine how disheartening it was every time I would fight and not get the win, or hey, it's a split decision and we thought we had it and we didn't.
Yeah.
And you know, so now being on his side of the table, it's like, man, that would have been rough.
What do you think the disheartening part was for him? It per se, if that's true.
Because it's how I feel. Just always working hard and wanting it and never getting it. You know, like, it's frustrating enough as a fighter, let alone a coach, you know? I don't know. It might be a me thing.
No, I sort of hear what you're saying. I guess if it was you want it bad for them as a coach because you see the work they put in and they're earning it. We just can't quite cross the line.
Yeah.
You know, and I can see it from that point of view. But as far as is just like, you know, a win or a loss, like that's not true at all, for sure. It's you see the work put in. You're there on their team. They're doing everything right. Just damn it, you just can't. There's just one missing link.
Yeah, you know? That brain.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I'm the same way. Like that it thing we talked about. I think you were born with it or you weren't. That's maybe you find it later. Maybe you spend a long time getting over that speed bump. But some people are born with it, and most are just simply not. Yeah, that's my opinion.
That's fair.
Yeah, because God knows I've been trying my whole life to try to find it.
Yeah, right. Same here. Yeah, and I don't want to give up on it, but you know,
no, I'm only getting more broken, and I'm still looking for it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep, that's gonna be my on my deathbed. I'm gonna keep searching, but anyway, so what brought you to your first fight? Like, how long was it when you first started training? What even brought you? Like, I see the crossover, like, and I can see how one extreme sport kind of bleeds into the other. But was it just? Was it exactly that? Was it? It's fast, it's sweaty, it's hard hitting, and you just got to almost translate right over.
Yeah, and like the competition.
Yeah.
You know, like BMX was kind of the same. Like you train and you get those nerves and you get that your stomach turns before every single race. Even if you know you're going to win, you still get that like stomach turning effect, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
And when you lose that lifetime of sport and then you have nothing that really suits you, because BMX is kind of an individual sport as well.
Mhm.
And so this was the next individual sport I found. And it's like, it's only up to me. You know, I don't have to rely on a team. I don't have to work for a team. I work hard for myself.
Mhm.
And yeah,
I get
I
that.
think it's the competition that I just craved.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, for sure. But and so how long once you started training were you like, hey man, I think it's time to
Let's
slap
try
someone in
it.
the mouth?
Yeah. Not long.
Okay.
Not long. I would say, because part of me, and I wish I knew my start date, but I started later in life. Like I was mid-20s when I started.
What?
And yeah,
Shut
I'm an
up.
old lady.
How old are you? 60? Like just in my
44.
mind, it doesn't work like that. Like,
I'm 44.
okay. I'm 44 next month. So
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
How old were you when you started?
Like competing, like fighting?
Yeah.
I think 15.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So this is a sport where you don't have to start when you're a kid.
God, I just felt like you were fighting when I was fighting as a teenager. I just assumed, wow, okay.
Yeah.
God.
Crazy, right? So I think it was 2007 is when I kind of started training, I believe. And then I did a bunch of tournaments. Like I went to Calgary, Team Smandich and Mike Miles went to lots of their tournaments.
Right.
And Lethbridge, of course, PFA, because they're nice and close to us.
Yeah.
And so got a bunch of those in, and then Coach Shane had a smoker. And at that time, smokers were not really a thing.
Oh, you're right.
Like, yeah, it was either a light continuous tournament or a fight card.
Right.
And so he put on that show, and then yeah, and I actually fought Trevor Smandich's sister.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, for my first smoker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wild.
So when I found out, oh my God, that's a sister of an amazing fighter, I'm gonna get my butt kicked. But I did okay. I lost, and it was extra tough. I took that loss really hard because that same year, my dad passed away, and he never got to see me fight. So I was really banking on winning that one for my dad.
Sure.
And so it was a hard loss. It was a really hard loss. Yeah. Looking back, I think I did great.
Yeah. It's always funny looking back, right?
Yeah.
The win-loss thing isn't as important at that point. Yeah.
That's right.
You know, at the end of the day, yeah. What so was it your first smoker was sort of your first go at like some heavy contact?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
sure.
Even though you lost, was it one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, I'm in. Give me another.
Oh yeah. Well, after round one, I get to the corner. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. Like I couldn't believe how much it took out of you. Like it was just wild. I had never been so tired in my life.
Right.
And that was after round one. I finished the fight.
Right.
But yeah, it opened my eyes to what I really need to do if I want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know it's maybe like a salty attitude, but I'm sure you're the same, but you hear people with their first fight, oh, I should do this, that, and you're like,
Yeah.
Round two, I should do this, and then they come back round one, and the only thing they want to do is quit. And you're like, under no circumstance are you quitting. I want this to hurt so bad. So when you're back in the gym, you do not have this happen again.
That's right. That's right. I had a fighter, he's a young kid, and he's like, he gets to the corner, he's like, I should have trained harder. I should have showed up to class. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. I've been telling you this whole time.
Yeah.
And yeah, but that first fight just tells you just how difficult it is because nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Yeah, and especially your first fight. But like I always say, like all those questions you have about yourself, you're gonna find out in a fight. But so are we.
Yeah.
We're all gonna find out. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So no, I get it. Well, that's cool. And then and then it was just when things were coming to an end of your fight career, like you said, I'm sure it's hard to get rid of that competitiveness regardless, video games, Mario, like fighting doesn't matter, but
Mhm.
but how did the competition fire leave, or like you said, is it just your body like, listen, just flip and stop?
Yeah, the body.
Yeah.
I tore part of my ACL,
Oh yeah, heard that.
and then of course it's never quite the same, right? And so when I did fight again, that was on your mind, right? Like one good hard kick or one step wrong, and this whole ACL could be gone.
Yeah.
And so I, you just end up being quite a bit more careful, and then training hurts.
Yeah.
Your body always hurts.
Yeah.
And so if your knees are bad or you're getting arthritis or whatever, that's in your mind. Like, am I going to be able to train hard enough to do this fight?
The hardest sport on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
I totally agree. And even I still spar, like I can't kick or anything anymore.
Yeah.
Because my knees.
Yeah.
But still, I still like to box, and I still want to get in there and slap, and not just slap my people around. I like ruffling feathers. I don't mind getting slapped around too. It's fun.
Yeah, for sure.
But and I always tell them, like, I can get through today. It's tomorrow. That's the problem.
Yeah, for sure, for
You know?
sure.
Yeah.
And I still spar on Sundays. I try and get some rounds in, and I still love it. And it's strange, and I'm sure everybody in the sport is relatively the same. Like the next day you're limping or whatever, you limp out of the gym, you're like, oh, that was awesome. That was a good shot. Like,
Yeah.
that's gonna leave a wicked bruise. And like, hey, check out my shin today.
Yeah.
We're a strange breed.
That's right. Yeah. If you're not leaving the gym a little sore, like, well, man, why did I even come here today? I didn't work hard.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't do enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What we're looking back on your fight career, what have been some of your favorite fights? Like I always ask people, like, what are the 3 that come to mind?
Let's see. There was one in Calgary against Shema. Do you remember Shema?
I don't.
Shema Ibrahim. She was dating Peter Arborough.
Oh, friend of the show, Peter. I kind of recall. I think I do now.
Yeah. And I fought her a few times.
I totally do. I totally do.
Yeah. And there was one in Calgary that I took last minute, and it was so much fun. Like, I felt amazing. I lost in a split decision, and that one I was pretty like ticked about, but whatever. I didn't do quite enough apparently. So, but it was fun. Like, I really enjoyed that one. And then my last fight in 2023.
Yeah. And
then Red Deer. I got most of my wins in Red Deer.
Nice. Lyle Cheney super fights.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Winter Warfare.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are awesome cards too.
Yeah.
Parties.
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
So
yeah.
And it's I hate how you forget, like, oh, what was that opponent's name? Like, especially if they're not continuously around,
right?
Like our community, then like when you're getting old, it's like, okay, who was that again? What was their name? Yeah.
Well, like you said, I can't remember like my wins and losses, let alone names. I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I hear you. How about was of course feeling at home, Fist of Fury is home, right? Obviously, but was there another venue? Besides that one, was there another venue that you fought at that, like, I'm sure gave you probably not the same feeling, but similar feeling of like, damn it, I love fighting there?
Yeah. So in Regina.
Okay.
AJ Scales.
Sure.
Do you remember him? You don't remember him at all?
I don't.
He's more ground stuff, but they don't do those matches anymore. But that one, and then
why? How come?
I don't know. Oh.
I
went there twice. I fought there twice, and I think like the second time I fought there, like people remembered me, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, you guys remember who I am. And
Absolutely.
then Journey Fight Series.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
that it's the same. That place, I'm sure what Fist of Fury feels to you, Journey Fight Series feels to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That always
Did
have
you
a special
ever
place.
commentate at
I
Journey?
didn't, you know, I did it on a kickboxing show initially, and then so my first one actually kind of by myself was like a COVID show for Kieran for the Muay Thai World Cup, but
Really?
outside, and the only people that could hear me were the cornermen and the fighters, so everybody could hear me. I'm sorry, don't
Yeah.
look at me. Don't look at me. I was
Yeah.
so nervous for that. Yeah, I just gab, you know, I got ADHD. I can't keep my mouth shut. I love Muay Thai. And thank you, Kieran. I just decided one day, I'm like, I think I can do this, man. And he was like, hey,
Yeah.
sit down. Like,
And what show was it?
it was the one outside the Sutina,
Was it called Muay Thai World Cup then?
yeah. It was during COVID. So they had two. One was in like a drive-in, but it was even before that. Cody Jerome fought Kyle Messenger.
Yeah.
And it was outside, and I'm not sure if I don't
outside when
Buddy,
they burnt their feet.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Buddy burnt his feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the hell knew that was gonna happen?
Yeah, right? who would have prepared for that?
Yeah.
Only in the desert.
That was the first one I commentated. Yeah.
Oh,
A couple years ago.
And that was COVID.
Yeah.
That's 6 years ago.
Yeah, right in the thick of it. Yeah.
8 years ago.
I know. It feels like 2 because it went on forever.
I know. Yeah, it really does. And now look at everything you've done.
It's I love it more than anything. I'm such a fight fan first that like
It fulfills your cup.
That's it.
Cup. Yeah.
I don't care if I suck. I don't care if I'm good. As long as I'm hired, I'm in.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I don't care if you don't even like me. Go away.
Yeah. There you go.
Now, going to a gym ownership. What before becoming a gym owner, was this something? So I'm sure you're training and all that stuff. Was this something you had in the back of your mind, like I would like to do that, or was this almost like maybe an opportunity that came? You're like, oh my goodness, unexpected. How did this come along?
Well, so when I first got involved with it all, because it was the kids and like having an impact. I just wanted to be an influence in kids' lives. Like that was really big for me. And so I helped as much as I could at the kids' classes. I remember the very first kids' class, I snuck in, and you remember Coach Shane, right?
Sure. You bet.
A little, like, hey, like, so I
a little rigid.
Yeah. I sneak in and I sit on the bench, like, quietly, and say, this isn't your class, and he points and kicks me out of there, and I just wanted to watch because I loved it so much. And so eventually I started helping with the kids class, and then because over time when you compete so much, you just have a good idea of what you need and what you need to do, and so then it was basically him and I that, like, I was kind of his second hand.
Yeah. That's how I saw it for years.
Yeah. And then I started the Little Kicks program. So then it was 4 to 9. And he's like, you're not going to start it unless you're committed. I'm not having any part of that, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'll do it.
Right.
And so I did it. And like, yeah, I never looked back.
No way.
And,
cool.
And it was just kind of like, because he was getting to the age where, like, working full time, running the gym, like, it's a lot of work. Yeah. And so it was time. He felt like it was time to move on, and then the transition just happened. If
anything, it's probably best. Like, I know it seems weird, but if you're staying at somewhere where you feel like you're doing it just because, you know, like. To be honest, I feel like probably most do that. And to be honest, knowing it's time to close a giant chapter in your life, and willing to walk away from it is I applaud that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. One thing that in our deal was he always gets a stage table at Fist of Fury.
All right.
No question. That's the deal.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What now it was did you step into ownership? Well, I'm sure it's not like, okay, Jamie, here's the books. See you later. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there was quite a process that led up to that.
Okay. So I worked in a bank for 17 years.
Okay.
So through my whole banking career, I was kickboxing. And
Oh.
so through my banking career, I did different positions. So I understood business.
That
And
probably helps.
yeah. And so when I took it over, I was still, of course, working at the bank. And I ended up quitting at the bank in 2019 because customers are a-holes.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, people are mean. And then especially when it has to do with their money, right? They're extra mean then.
Of course.
So I just had enough of it, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the gym. Let's do this, get this done. And so we found a new space because when I took over, the landlord's like, yep, we're gonna double the rent and blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go find somewhere else to go.
Yep.
And we found this amazing like spot that was just perfect. I knew when I walked in there, it was an old coffee warehouse. And I just knew like it had 2 bathrooms. And I'm like, this is it. Like this is
And that's where you're at now?
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then
Yeah,
paying
I'm
costs
really
for
lucky.
upgrades and
Yeah, that was a lot.
I
That
can't believe that.
renovation and moving. But like your community in your gym has your back.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
it wasn't for the community, like I had a plumber on my team. I had an electrician on my team. I had a guy who ran a paint store. And
Right.
so, like
It's amazing what you find out about the people who support you.
absolutely. Absolutely. And they love to help.
Nice. Yeah. That's a great team. That's great.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe even a little symbolic of when it was time to move, like, it's just time to leave the old skin and start a new one,
Yeah, for sure.
different look a little bit, and everything's kind of the same, but
Yeah.
what do they say? Maybe different sports or same sport, different jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
for
you go.
sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to because even me owning a gym, and I had some changes as well. Like even in the last few years, I had some people who were with me for over 20 years decide that they're done teaching martial arts. And so it's yeah. And only maybe in the last few months do I feel like, okay, I'm not running now. My feet are underneath me. Oceans are a little calm today.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to sort of get that feeling?
I would say probably in the last 5 years.
Oh, nice.
Like I have a great team. I have a couple of teammates who help me with classes. I have one teammate who helps me with all the kids' classes. Like I would be lost without my volunteers.
Nice.
Like completely lost. Like the only thing I don't pay people. I give them a free membership.
Sure.
And access to the gym whenever they want.
Yeah, there's some perks, of course.
Yeah. And so I'm very lucky that way because it's a tight ship. Like it's expensive.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and
I wish I could pay everyone that walked in. Hey, can I teach a boxing class? Sure. Can I serve ice cream? Sure. But
yeah. And I'm not a great business person in the way of, oh, we're friends. Don't worry about paying fees. Don't worry about fees. And then I just have a soft spot for people who can't afford sport, and that means a lot to me. And I don't think anybody should ever miss out on a sport because of money.
Sure.
And so in my banking career, we always had how you have a paycheck and you can donate to a charity every paycheck or whatever. Mine was always kids sport.
Nice.
And that means so much to me. Like, so if a kid comes in or a parent comes in or they haven't been around and I find out it's because of money, it's like, just come to class. Just come to class. You know, like, I don't care about the money.
Right.
I want you there building confidence and life skills, you know?
Yes. At the same time, rent does have to get paid.
That's right. That's right.
And not only does it have to get paid this month, but next month and the month after.
Yeah. And when it slows down in the summer.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I always make fun of martial arts gym owners. We talk about the summer like Game of Thrones, you know, the winter is coming. You know, we say that about the summer. Yeah. Summer.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough. Nobody wants to be inside.
That's right, including me. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's so short. But I you know, I hear you. And you know what? I probably sponsor 8-9 people, you know. Well, yeah, I hear you. Like, and I have people too that have been with me for a long time, and things happen in life, and they can't afford it. And if you've been part of the team for a long time, your $100+ isn't going to make me or break me. So how about you just keep coming, and when things get back to normal, we'll revisit this conversation.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Or why don't you vacuum 2 or 3 times a week?
Yep.
Why don't you help me scrub floors once a week?
Yep. Doesn't have to be just a financial exchange.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, so is that sort of a double meaning then for your nickname, the Heart? Hey, you haven't been finished. You'll fight everybody, and you're a softie.
No, so that came about when Coach Shane was editing some of the fights back in the day. Like, it wasn't so easy to record things.
Yeah.
And they had to edit and try and put advertisement, and it was a shit show. Like, and it just came to him when he was watching my fight, like, because I don't give up. I never gave up. I always finished strong. Like, I was never finished. And he just said that, like, I've got the heart. And so that's where it came from.
Beauty. Yeah. And we have another Canadian standout female fighter with the same nickname. And so
I know.
Very fitting for both of you.
Yeah. Oh, and she's fantastic. Like, us girls, martial arts gym owners, we stick together, you know? Okay. And when we're feeling, you know, the pressures of...
Oh, you gossip is what you're saying.
No, just about you. No, we, you know, when you're feeling that separation in gender in the community, you just reach out to each other, build each other back up, and get back to it.
And of course, this is coming from a male perspective. I'm never really going to know, but like, what would it take for you to not have that feeling? If you even know, to be honest.
I do. And that would be some winning records in my gym.
But do you think
because I take it so personally? Because if they don't get wins, it's like, what am I missing? What is it that I am missing that these gym owners that have like fighters that are like, oh, they're from that gym, they're really good. Like, that's a very high quality gym, right? I feel like I may be judged by how well my fighters do. I mean, it's not a fair thing to think, because I know what it's like to fight, and I know that you can't always have a winning record, for example.
Yeah.
You know, but so I'll give you an example. So I had a fighter, you remember Pietro?
Yes.
He was Brazilian. So there was him and Jared Kilkenny was helping us corner for one of his matches. And, you know, we're going down the line, going through people, and they're like, hey, nice match, good job, way to go, to both of them. And then it's like, I wasn't even there. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's like, okay, like, am I chopped liver here? Like, what's happening? And so it's moments like that that, you know, make you feel like you need to do a little more, push a little harder,
I get it. I do.
prove yourself.
I understand. I do.
But then you have fighters like Pietro, who so he just fought last weekend in Calgary
Mhm.
because he's back in Brazil, and he fought an MMA fight, and he asked me to be his corner. And I was like, what? Like, me of all people? But I'm where he started.
Mhm.
You know, like, he had a college basketball career and was fantastic at it. And then he found us when that career was over. And he left here, I think he was 7-0, and he had won a title. And he's never forgotten me, never left me out of his speech, never, you know, never not thanked me. And that, it means a lot to me.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So a couple things on that. Number one, it's when there's big populations, you get a shortcut.
Yeah, I know. I try to remember that too.
Which is hard. Because let's be real, if you're sort of a 10 plus fights anywhere around Calgary, you're probably sparring with everybody, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So and I've even had someone say it feels like it's kind of Calgary versus not Calgary, and I'm like, I can see where you get that from.
Yeah.
You know, like, not that we don't fight inter you know, clubs or whatever in Calgary, but I get it. When you're an A-class athlete, you need more sparring partners, you need more looks, and so the population's there. I get it. Like, who do you guys get to compete with in Medicine Hat? Is there any other gyms to spar with?
There's one, and they have about 5 people, and they're more MMA.
Right. So no is the answer, right?
Yeah.
Like, in no disrespect to them, it's just,
Yeah.
that's just what it is, right? So
Yeah.
that means for you to see someone else, you got to get in your goddamn car and go somewhere, right?
Mhm.
That alone is understandable, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're already,
And I would say the minimum time away would be 2 hours. So we would have to travel 2 hours. Well, I mean, although in Brooks now with Dave Hollett,
that's true.
he's gaining fighters. He's got a large kid base.
Sure does,
And
man. He was on every fight last weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was amazing. And so he's slowly working on building. But I mean, Brooks is, I don't even know how big Brooks is, but it's also a small community.
Yeah.
Smaller than us.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think that's part of it. I also think, if I'm being honest, and I think this is earned, by the way, nothing's deserved. Everything is earned in our world. But you mentioned something a little while ago of me. Out of all people, you choose me. Yeah. How about like, you know, sorry for people listening, but fucking right, me. Of course you should fucking call me.
Yeah.
You know who I am? Like, listen,
you've
earned my respect, and you've been around a long time, and you have a right to say that. Who is doing anything else in Medicine Hat?
Right.
Exactly. It's you. Right. And you and SACA has been doing it forever, and carrying the ship and bringing fights. Like, listen, fucking respect. Like, you're allowed to put that on your shoulders. Look what we're doing down here. So what? Okay, Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto. Yay, congrats. We're doing our thing down here. Maybe it's not, and we don't get the shortcut, but listen, you're doing it. You've been doing it forever. 20 years, you said.
Yeah. That's fair.
You're allowed to hold that crown.
Yeah.
So
it's hard.
I get it.
But I do acknowledge it, and I acknowledge that it's something I do need to work on. And I was always the type of person, like, when I would hear, like, when females were like, oh, it's not fair and we get looked down upon or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, you can do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. Like, and so I'm starting to realize that, like, I can't let that mindset get in my way.
Right. And at the same time, you can't beg people to be champions or fighters. You know, that's not like, I'm not going to beg you. You know, I'll show you what to do. I'm not going to beg you to do the rest. You know?
Yeah.
I got a life to live too.
Yeah. Right. Well, and it is like nobody realizes how much time and effort goes into fighting,
Yeah.
you know, and so, and you see so many that like, oh yeah, I want to fight, I want to fight, I want to fight, but then they don't show up for class.
Well,
It's like, okay, you don't really want to fight.
I'm going to have minimum 2 of my fighters hear this, and I know it's a salty old man, and maybe I'm being selfish, but after a certain amount of time, like, what do I get out of it?
Yeah.
I get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
I lose my weekends. I got to travel. I got to be with you. You know, you always hear them say, I got to sacrifice. I got to be at the gym every day. Well, if you're there, guess who else is there?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
For sure. For sure. It's like, I've been there. I know. I
Right.
worked full time. I helped teach classes and I fought.
Yeah.
So don't be telling me that you're too tired to come to
There
class.
you go. There you go. There it is. There it is. And there it is. That's what I'm talking about.
And it's so frustrating when you have like these young kids that have so much potential.
Yep.
But they're kids.
Yep.
They're teenagers. They want to hang out with their friends or whatever.
Yep.
And it's like, oh.
Now we sound like old people.
Yeah, I know.
Those kids. Damn teenagers. All right, Jamie, I won't take up too much more of your time, but I always ask this question. Who are your 3 favorite fighters of all time and why?
Okay. So Jake Peacock.
Jake, the one Peacock, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I just think like his, well, aside from his skill, like he's humble. I like he's a real person outside of fighting.
Yep.
You know, just as everybody I'm sure is, but you know, I like his way.
Yep. Very few people speak with his, I mean, inside and outside of our environment, with that kind of belief.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Another one would be Gabriel Varga.
Gabriel Varga.
Yeah.
Nice. That dude.
And probably Simon Marcus.
And Simon Marcus. Way to pick all Canadians. Good job.
Yeah.
Nice. And I can see all 3. Well, okay, how about your favorite female fighter of all time?
Oh, Sandra.
Sandra Bastian. Sharing the nickname.
Question.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No question.
It's crazy that I taught her first few classes. Then you see what she went on to do. And like, I take all the credit for it. I didn't earn any of it, but I take it all. I'm just kidding.
Heck yeah. I just loved how she pushed for so many years. Like she gave me faith that I could fight my last fight in my 40s. You know, like.
And I get it when it comes from a female figure, you know, like, you know, it's a male's look, you know, I get it, male figures. So I get it. I really do. That's cool. That's cool to hear.
Oh, okay. And I also have another one.
Yeah.
Iman Barlow.
Oh my goodness. Another friend of the show.
She's she is something else.
One of the greatest of all time.
Yep.
Like,
for sure.
When you look at what she's won, like, I mean, men or women, she's got to be one of the most decorated fighters of all time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And she can kick for years.
Yeah. So good.
Like that girl just like, yeah, she's pretty amazing too.
Did you hear her on the podcast?
I didn't.
Oh, I had her on a few months ago, and it was just like, oh, I kind of won this and I sort of won that. And you're like, I stopped her. Like, do you hear yourself? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's
unreal.
Yeah.
That's such a good person. And just had a baby, by the way. Congratulations to the bar.
She? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I know I don't see much about her, but it could be my algorithm, you know.
Yep. Those algorithms. I hear you.
Maybe now that I've talked about her in front of my phone, I'll see more about her.
Yep. Phone's listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Last question. Or you give one shout out. You get to give one shout out to one person. I'll let you list more later if you want, but who gets the top shout out?
Top shout out. Well, I'd have to say my coach.
All right, Mr. Shane Morgan. All right, shout out to Shane.
For sure. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have anything that I have now.
And what he does have that I want, dude. I want that body of his, man. If I can look half like that at his age, dang, I'm killing it.
Right? Yeah, you'd be doing all right.
Yeah, he's in sick shape.
Yeah, yeah.
And wait, sure. Do you happen to know how old was he when his last fight? I remember seeing that one too.
Yeah, that was on. That was before
ago.
I started.
No, I think
Fighting Fists of Fury.
before you started.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm old.
Yeah. I don't think I was on a Fist of Fury yet when he fought. Yeah. That was like way back in like the beginning years of Fist of Fury.
Wow. In my mind, I was going to say like 6 years ago. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy, right?
oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop the sparring, Jason. Getting hit too much.
Yeah.
Anybody else you want to give a shout out to? The gym,
No,
kids at the
just,
gym,
yeah,
friends
like,
at the bank, anyone?
oh, all my, the people who have supported me, like, because I struggle with, you know, my thoughts on my own fight record, all the people that have stuck with me and supported me through all of it, and who weren't like, oh man, you suck. What are you doing this for? Kind of thing. And always showed up and cheered me on. And yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Listen, fuck your record. You got my respect.
Thank you.
Those are just numbers. Those are just numbers.
Thank
Don't mean shit to me. Awesome.
you.
All right, Jamie. Any last thing before we're out of here?
No, I think that about
Awesome.
covers it.
Beauty.
Yeah.
One more time, hit us with where do we get tickets? Where do we watch the fights? What's going on?
Eventbrite.ca. You can get tickets.
Sorry, one more time. I didn't hear that.
Eventbrite.ca.
Eventbrite.ca. Okay.
Yeah. Fist of Fury.
Fist of Fury number 900.
Yeah.
April,
Wait, we're not that old. Come on.
April 28th?
25th.
25th. I'm sorry. Yeah. In Medicine Hat. Go down there, guys. I'm going to try my best to be down there. I got to convince the wife a little bit, but I love going down there. I love bringing a cigar, coming early and walking down in that valley. It's honestly one of my favorite fight cards that I get to travel to. So I'm hoping to see you there, hoping for a big crowd. And as always, hoping to see some big fights and looking forward to seeing you.
For sure. Sounds great.
Awesome. I appreciate the chat, Jamie.
You betcha. We'll talk to you soon.
You bet. Talk soon.